I spent an entire evening shiny hunting at my friend's housewarming. Here's how it went. I was in the middle of a hunt for a shiny Iron Valiant. I don't have any shiny Paradox Pokemon yet, and I think I like Iron Valiant best of the Violet exclusives. The problem is, Iron Valiant only appears in one area, a small cave which is easily missed. I definitely missed this cave first time round when grabbing all of the Paradox Pokemon to complete my decks. This might not surprise you, but I'm actually quite an introverted person. I'd rather stay in than go out, and my social battery gets low very, very quickly. So with my friends having a housewarming with a few mutual friends and a few people I didn't know, I decided to take my Switch. I'm always the designated driver because my boyfriend can't drive, so a party was looking like a dull evening for me because don't drink and drive, kids. Anyway, I found myself a corner with a plug socket and I set up camp there, and while I was talking to some guy I'd never met before about Pokemon, he'd got into it through Pokemon Go. Because it was such a big part of my childhood, I'm always intrigued to hear from people who found the franchise later in life. I booted up Violet and I looked at my boyfriend and I asked him, "When do you think I'll find a shiny?" "I don't think you'll get one," he said before taking a sip of his drink. I was indignant. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Thanks for the support. Not. 5 minutes. That's all it took. Just 5 minutes before I ran into a shiny Glimora. That'll do. I like shiny Glimora and shiny Glimmet, so I was pretty happy to bag one. I stuck my tongue out at my boyfriend and I continued. Turns out my friend's house was actually a good spot for shiny hunting because I found 4 more that night. The next one I found was a Gibble. Gibble has such a good shiny, and I've already got a few from other games, but I was still happy to catch it. It took a while, but then I also ran into a Pawmo. I was less enthusiastic about this one. I've already got 2 Pawmi, one that my mum gave me, and one that I found lurking in a really obscure part of Area Zero. Fine, I'll complete the line, I guess. Pawmo is caught. I ended up running around for ages, hoping for a shiny Espeon, shiny Umbreon, Iron Chunculus would materialise if my Iron Valiant was to remain unobtainable. And the next shiny appeared. A Greavard, a shiny yellow doggo who I like more than its evolution. I like this one, and I didn't have one, so he was happily caught. My heart sank a little bit when I found shiny number 5 for the night, because it was another Pawmi. I like Pawmi, and I like its shiny form too, but I don't really want 4 of them. I can't leave it behind though. So my 3rd Pawmi and my 4th of that line is now coming home with me. On second thoughts, maybe my friend's house isn't as good for shiny hunting as I originally thought. I definitely had better luck 3 nights later when I set out looking for any shinies I could find in Area Zero. I did make a few sandwiches, but nothing came of them. I'd made my way down to the very depths of Area Zero when I ran into a shiny I've wanted for a little while. A shiny Charm odds Dunsparce. It's pink! How great would it be if I evolved it and it was immediately a 3-segment Dunsparce? That would be so cool, and I wouldn't even need to look for any others. Oh, never mind. It's a 2-segment. On I continued, and right as I got to the very top, I paused. And right where I paused was an Iron Moth, but something didn't look right. I've had a couple of hunting sessions for a shiny Iron Moth and not found one. So I looked at this guy curiously. I really wanted a shiny Iron Moth because Volcarona is one of my favourite designs, and it was actually the first static encounter shiny that I hunted in my friend's abandoned white file that he started when he borrowed white from my boyfriend. Shiny Slitherwing is a much better design and a better colour than Iron Moth, but I think Iron Moth should have got a better shiny really. Due to the way the light was hitting it, the metallic silver looked almost blue, and I was a little awestruck thinking about how much better this would have looked if this was the real shiny, when I realised there were no red marks on it, and I was actually standing in front of a shiny Iron Moth quite by random chance. I managed to catch it fairly easily and call it a night. I did manage to find an Iron Valiant in between these 2 nights of hunting, so I now have 2 of the Paradox forms. I guess I'm going to look for the others now, and I did start a Scarlet file so I could look for those shiny Paradoxes. Oh well, only 5 more to go on Violet. That shouldn't take too long, right? Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave me a comment. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!